Career growth for every professional, it also includes transitioning from just being an employee to taking up leadership responsibilities, including management roles. So in this video, we are just going to look at some of the strategies into which you can be able to use to transition from being an employee to a manager. As usual, my name is Mary, and I believe you're going to find this conversation very interesting. Thank you so much, Godfrey, for joining in.
Pleasure to be here, Mary, as usual.
Yes. I know you're more into leadership coaching, and the subject that we are going to be discussing, transitioning from an employee to a manager, is part of what you engage in every day.
Yes.
Yes. So the question I have, even before we look at the strategies for transitioning, what does it mean to transition in a job?
Mary, it is the desire of every employee, every professional to grow. So this growth can be in different forms, and those forms are transitions. So you could either grow deep. So growing deep is where, as a professional, you are gaining in-depth knowledge. You are the subject matter expert of your craft. So here we're looking at you getting certified, you going back to school to gain more knowledge in your area. You could also grow lateral, that is horizontally, whereby you're looking at building your networks, joining membership groups and professional bodies, and growing now up, which is the desire now of every individual in terms of managerial responsibilities. And I believe that is the subject of our discussion in this video. So growing up, of course, assuming more responsibilities, being someone in authority who is able to influence decisions, and of course, getting more in terms of compensation. Yes.
Great. I'm liking that last part of getting more. Yeah, because growth also should be reflected in the bank at the end of the month.
Exactly. And remember, to whom much is given, much is expected.
Yes, very true. Now, what are some of the best strategies perhaps you can share with us in this video that someone can use or leverage to transition from an employee to a manager?
Yeah, thanks, Mary. Indeed, it's a very interesting conversation for us to have because most people stagnate, not because they're not doing their job, but they don't know just how to transition and be intentional at it. So a few tips I would want to mention. Number one is start to think like a leader. Don't wait until you've been promoted for you now to say, I will now act and carry myself as the supervisor I've become. No, start by showcasing and making people to see you as a leader. Your disposition. What impressions are you giving people? Remember, what you show people is the reputation. But what you think you're doing is the brand. So are you able to manage your brand reputation? Something else to add is build relations. If in decision-making circles, if your name came up, first who will bring that name up? Do you have networks within that setup, that decision-making level, that someone can front your name for a promotion? Do you have someone who can defend that name when it comes up? So build relations. Again, you will be managing either your colleagues, now you've been elevated, or you'll be managing juniors. They can resist and speak to the powers that we don't want to work with so and so. Again, how are you managing the relationship below you? Very, very important. Something else is learn to communicate effectively. Communicate. If it is tough decisions, don't sugarcoat. Learn to be honest and direct, because that is what is expected of a manager or anyone in supervisory roles. And be solution oriented. Focus on solving issues within the company. Focus on being a support partner for your boss. Let them see you as someone who is effective in their role. And lastly, be visible. They say you get paid for invisible work, and you get promoted for visible work. So be visible, endeavor to to speak in meetings, contribute, share your ideas, challenge the convention, challenge how things are done, and propose new ways of doing things, focusing on efficiency, and of course looking at the bigger goal. What does the company want to achieve? And definitely if you do what we've mentioned, I believe someone will take notice, and you're likely to be asked, can you take up roles that are involving supervisory kind of engagements? Yes.
Wow, very interesting. You get paid for the invisible work, but you get promoted for the visibility.
For the visible, yes.
Very interesting. Someone is watching this video and maybe this is a keen area of interest for them. They would really want to transition. What would be your final advice for them?
Thanks, Mirin. Anyone watching us this video, I would ask you, number one, is the things we've mentioned. These are doable things. So be intentional in your role. Endeavor just to be a performer first, like do your job, because leadership has several stages. You start by leading without a title, whereby the focus is on work and your results. They always say that work and results will speak for you. But again, you don't want to just be visible and your work cannot stand
stand out.
Yes. So be visible. I know some of these things are easier said than done. So sometimes you need someone to walk with you every step of the way. And that's what we do at Corporate Staffing, especially in our leadership and management program. The module around visibility, very, very important. Yes.
This is where you get to learn how best to package yourself to transition.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly. Including managing stakeholders who are above you. Yes.
I know when it comes to leadership, there's quite a lot you'll be able to share with us, and we'll also be discussing in our upcoming video.
Sure.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Always a pleasure.
Great. As Godfrey has mentioned, it's all about packaging yourself, branding yourself, positioning yourself by putting into consideration some of the strategies that we have highlighted. We encourage you to reach out to us on the link provided below. Join the other so many professionals who have already signed up for our upcoming senior management and leadership training, and we'll be glad to walk with you this journey, even as we highlight more strategies to package you to take up more responsibilities for a senior leadership title or position. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.